everybody and welcome back. We are here for week 40 of the Altered Index 2024 challenge. This is the challenge that I'm running in my Facebook group, Nonstop Papercrafts, and it's also being hosted in the Junk Journaling for Everyone Facebook group. Each week I am releasing 3 prompts. I am altering an index card using those prompts. You are welcome to join in with index cards, but you can also do these on tags. Some people are doing them in an art journal. It's entirely up to you how you want to use these prompts. So this week we have window, that's the thing, thankful, that's our word, and the colour we have is mustard. Now this is the second time mustard is coming up. As I've explained in a previous video, I'm not the colour police. I'm not going to worry if it's not quite exactly a mustard colour. But generally mustard is a kind of more muddier yellow, isn't it? But that kind of a colour is absolutely fine. So with those prompts in mind, again, I have gathered a few pieces. So I've got my index card that I am using. These are quite thin because they are very cheap. They're just from our local pound shop. So I do always tend to have another sort of piece, this is actually from my scraps, that I'm using to do my base on, and then I stick it onto my index card. So we have obviously the colour mustard, so I am going to be using this kind of pumpkin colour. And I'm also going to be using a fossilised amber just to kind of mix together and get that mustard look. I'm also using my new kit, Autumn's Here, just because I thought it will work quite nicely with some of the bits in here. So window and thankful. I'm thinking of, you know, being thankful. That's generally we're giving thanks for harvest and things like that. So in my kit, I've got a page, and this actually did go together somehow. You can see I've chopped it down. So this is the section that I'm using because it's got my window. And I am going to cut around this window. I have already reinforced it with another piece on the back. So I'm going to cut around this window so it opens up, and then we're going to have our lady kind of sitting inside. So that's my plan. And then for the word thankful, I've got this which says grateful, thankful, blessed. And I'm going to stamp that on here, and then I'm going to punch that out, and that will be attached to the card in some way. So first of all, let's cut out our window. So I'm just going to use my craft knife, and I want to cut it so it opens this way. So I'm just trying to decide, obviously because we've got a windowsill here, so do I come above the window? I think I might. So I'm going to come above the window sill. And I am freehanding it. You can, of course, use a ruler if you're coming up with a similar idea where you're going to cut your window. And then back towards the fold. Okay, so that's my window cut. I'm then just going to gently make a crease where this is going to fold. Obviously just being careful because these bits are quite sort of close and flimsy, aren't they? So I don't want it too... I'm just going to fold it both ways. There we go. Okay, so that's going to be closed like that. I might actually give it a little bit of an ink around the outside. Just going to use a finger dabber to do that though. Ooh, so I'm going to use the pumpkin for this bit. Okay, then I'm going to fold this back, and I'm going to do the same along this edge. obviously being very careful with this top part because it's very fragile. Right, there we go. So that's that bit done. Okay, and as I said, I'm going to have my lady on the inside, and I'm thinking, obviously she's thinking about all the things she might be thankful for. So I'm going to have to trim this down. So I'm going to trim it roughly where the top of her frame is there. And then at the bottom, just making sure it's lined up. I'm just using my black pen just because it's easier to see then where I'm cutting. Going to use my little trimmer just because it's easier. Like I said, I'm just lining it up with the top of the frame. And there she is. Okay, so she is going to get stuck under here. Like so, and I think okay, so I'm just trying to work out where I need to glue. So I need to glue along this section and along here. Do a little bit along the top, a little bit along the bottom. And just line that up. Now I have got a little bit that I need to take off the top, so I'm just going to do that with my scissors. It's just a teeny tiny bit. There we go. Okay, so that's the window part. It opens up. Got a little bit of journaling space here if needed then. And then we had thankful and mustard. So I do still need the mustard part of it. So like I said, I'm going to use the fossilized amber for that. I'm going to see how well this stamps, or actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to colour this with the fossilized amber, and then I'm going to stamp this in black. Originally I was going to stamp this in this, but I don't think it's going to be dark enough. Okay, so with this brush, I'm just going to ink this. I'm going to ink the majority of it. I'm obviously overkill, but I will probably stamp it a couple of times just to make sure that I get the best impression. Okay. Right, so I'm going to use VersaFine. And like I said, I'm going to do it a couple of times just to make sure that I'm getting the best stamped impression. There we go. So I think that second one did turn out better. Okay, so I was thinking of using my 2.5 inch circle punch, but I don't think, no, it's not, but it still gives me a curved edge, so that's not a problem. So I'm going to just try and line it up so it's in the centre. Almost looks a little bit pumpkin shaped, doesn't it? I'm just going to neaten up that little bit. I think it's because where the ink is still a little bit wet. My punch is very, very fussy. It doesn't like anything that's too thin. It doesn't like things that are wet. I am going to add a little bit of vintage photo. I was thinking about pumpkin, but I think I might use vintage photo just to kind of go around the edge a little bit. Like so. And just to keep in the autumn theme, I do have these leaves which might be worth including somehow as well. I mean, I don't mind things hanging off the edge of my cards. Was it too much? I don't know. Okay, I'm thinking just to reduce some bulk. I don't think I need all of that. And I think I might maybe do something like that. So again, I don't need, I'm just going to get rid of that whole section. Because otherwise it just feels like it's far too much, doesn't it? So let's put this one down. About there. And this one was going to overlap slightly. About there. And then this was going to go over all of them there. Ah. Oops, straighten that up. That's gone a bit wonky, hasn't it? There we go, something like that. Okay, so let's have a check. So we've got our window, we've got grateful, and we've got mustard. So we've definitely met our brief. And as I said, the nice thing about this is you're going to have journaling space on the back because we're about to stick it onto our card. And you've got your journaling space here as well. So I quite like that. And actually, because I've done it on here, I don't think I need to actually put it on this one either. So I can save this for another card because I can just glue this straight down on there. Right, let's glue those down then. This is another one that came together quite quickly. Right, okay, so that's that all stuck down. I do kind of want to go around the edge, but I think I'm going to go around the edge with pumpkin. So I'm going to use my little dabber. Okay, very cool. Right, now I need to figure out where my tab is going. I've got a feeling it's over this side somewhere. Yeah, so I actually need it over on the last section. So can I lift that up? I can. So that's going to get stuck down on there. So I just need a little bit of glue on the back. Pop that down there. Excellent. Okay, so there is card number 40. So we had the colour mustard, so that's the colour that I've done my background here. We had window, so I've used the window that's in my Autumn's Here kit, and it opens up. We've got some journaling space here, and obviously we've got this young lady thinking about how thankful and blessed she is. And then obviously we have the word thankful, so that's on here as well. So I'm really happy with that. Thank you so much everybody for watching. I cannot wait to see how you interpret these prompts. Remember to use the hashtag when you are posting in the Facebook groups or other social media so other people can find you. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful crafty day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.